Welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about crystals, if that's okay with you, and let's see where we go with it. It's an interesting day. Let me push that back up a bit. There you go. Hello. You want to see my new top? There you go. That's quite a pretty one, eh? And yes, around my neck is the crystal that I'd like to talk about. Well, at least one of them. I find it such a compliment when I see online people send me messages about crystals that are trios, which is really, I actually like it. Some people get a bit upset and I say, no, it's beautiful. It's a compliment. If other crystal makers are combining three crystals that were never mentioned before anywhere, then it's lovely. It means that they've seen some of my videos and seen other people wearing them, and that's the prototype. That's the trio. Yeah, the Moldavite, Tektite, and Herkimer diamond, which is beautiful. I mean, I don't really think I've ever met a crystal healer who combined those three crystals together. And the only reason why I did is because I realized, having worked with these three crystals for so many years, that the combination was, it was a perfect combination. And so now it seems everybody's making trios, well, so many of them. One was interesting because it was over 3,000 euros. So I don't think we're doing too bad. I think I'm happy, and good luck to them. But yeah, interesting days indeed. This crystal that I'm wearing is something that I've always found fascinating, and I always find mountains fascinating. I've been to quite a few. One which I found incredibly energetic and in the energy of extraterrestrial. Like, I just want to put something forward to people. When I talk about extraterrestrial, I don't mean that they are extraterrestrial, that they're not you and me. They are you and me, because I call this a spacesuit, and every time I channel or feel the energy of extraterrestrial, the spirit is the same. So it's all one consciousness. It's just we're all living in different experience spacesuits. So when I talk about extraterrestrial, I mean it's the energy that's not of this earth, not of this planet, not of this human life form where we eat, drink and sleep and work. So there's different frequencies, different energies on the spacesuit, within the spacesuit, and around this universe. But basically we're all one consciousness. We all come from the same place, no matter where we are in this cosmos. That's my understanding. And how do I know that? Well, via let's say leaving the body and being elsewhere, and there's no space and time. It's very hard for anybody to understand this. If you haven't done it, then it's almost impossible for you to understand the fact that there's such thing as there's so many names for it, of leaving the body through the spirit. You know, leave, the spirit is you, so you leave this body and you travel. So yeah, it's difficult. Astral travel is something that only, I think, a handful of people really experience. I think a lot of people think they do, but they don't. And trying to do it isn't really the way. It's something that you have to keep working at, and eventually it just, the parts, the pieces just fit together, and it just happens, and then it's beautiful. And when I talk about astral travel, I don't mean when we're asleep, because that's what we all do. We leave the body and we work. I'm talking about when we're in the presence of our own being and we're in meditation and we're able to lift out of our body and basically see our body, move from the building and move out and go wherever you want to go, and actually see people walking, see at that moment what's happening all around, and then leaving this cosmos and going to no space and time, and meeting and greeting and feeling. It's beyond most people's understanding, and it's very hard to say, or explain and how to do it, and there's people who teach this and all that, but I don't know. For me, I've always found that, like, when somebody said to me, "Can you show me how to astral travel?" I say, "No, I can. I can. I can show you how to heal. I can show you. I can help you attune to healing. That I'm good at. But meditation. I'm not brilliant at teaching that. I'm not brilliant, but I am good at teaching healing. That is one thing I'm good at because I've practiced for a long time. I've done it for a long time. So you may need to meet somebody who has been a worker in astral travel for many years, who've worked full time at it, and then maybe they can give you tips and hints. But even that in itself doesn't guarantee anything. But the reason why I'm talking about astral travel is because of the crystal that I'm wearing around my neck. And funnily enough, yesterday, it's been a while, I did a little bit of channeling off screen. I like to channel in my own peace and time. So I did. I was just relaxing and channeling, and this crystal came up, and I thought, oh yeah, nice. And I had about, I don't know, 30 pieces left, and I've worked on them now for about, is it 3 months? Might be 3 months now. So I've just finished. There's a handful of them I've got. There's a few over there and a few here. So I finished working on these. I don't know how many hours I've put into them. Maybe about 30, maybe more. But they are gorgeous. So I'm going to show you this small collection here now. So say hello to the beautiful world of opal. And this opal is from America. And it's from a very special mountain called Mount Shasta. It's a beautiful, beautiful opal energy, and working with it is incredible. Just wearing it is incredible. I have a piece around my neck. Somebody sent me a link to a piece of Mount Shasta about 2 weeks ago and said, oh, look, there's a nice big piece there. And I said, oh, yeah, it was about maybe about that big, maybe about that big, that round. And it was $1,000. And I thought, that's brilliant. I'm happy because the prices that I charge for these are very, very good, very reasonable, especially when you get them mounted. I get them sent to Bali and mounted with the highest quality of silver and the most beautiful workmanship. So yeah, I'm very pleased with these pieces. They're becoming more popular. People are talking about them more and more. And I even said to a friend of mine who lives and walks Mount Shasta the other day, where'd you get them from? And I'm saying, they won't tell me. My sources, they're not just going to divulge where it comes from. But I'm sure, if you hunt far enough and long enough, you'll find them somewhere. Well, it's easier for me to buy them and work with them. And I must admit, I've really enjoyed working with these pieces these past couple of months. I really have, really enjoyed it. 4 times in the past year now, I've experienced the extraterrestrial leaving of this body when I was meditating. That the word astral travel keeps coming to mind, but I think it's far more than that. It's a limited word. But this energy of just moving through the physical and then entering into this no time and space and being where you want and traveling as fast or as quick as you want. Astral travel doesn't mean that you have to like glide along. You can be at one place instantly with a simple thought. And it's absolutely beautiful. And I guess it's very much linked with the spirit world. So when you think about them and they think about you, they're instantly there. And something that was very fascinating to me when I read the story of, it's always stuck with me because it sent shivers down my spine. I felt the power of truth within it. And it was about a fireman who fell off his ladder trying to rescue somebody and died. And in that moment of dying, he left his physical body. And the way he described death or going home was phenomenal. Now, I only give you, a tiny bit of pieces of this story, but one was that the question was asked to him that, did you see your family in the spirit world? And he said, no, I didn't see them, but they were there. So I could feel them. They were next to me. And every thought, they were there. Everybody was there, but I didn't physically see them, but they were there. See, it's hard for you to understand this because you only work with the eyes, right? But imagine if you have no eyes and then somebody's there and you know they're there. That's what he felt. And now that made sense because we don't have eyes when we leave this physical body. So we are consciousness and we feel. Everything is energy and we feel it. So that was one thing. And then he was really sad because his family was there and he was looking down at his body and they were trying to bring him back to life. And his thoughts were, oh my God, I never got a chance to go to the beach where he wanted to go in a certain island that he dreamed about going all his life. Within that moment of thinking that, he was there. He was instantly appeared on this beach and he realized that his thought could take him where he wanted to. You see, these are the things that resonate with me. All of these things that he was saying resonated so powerful. And I wish I could find that paperwork. And I was actually at Shirley's at the time. And Shirley was one of my mentors, and she read this, and we were all crying. We were all in tears, and we knew this was a real experience. This wasn't made up. This was a real experience. And so there was so much more to it. Blew me away. Going back to Mount Shasta, this place is indeed a place of magic. There's no doubt about it. Now, if you look into Mount Shasta and you start doing research, you have to go a little bit deep. You'll find that there's been encounters over the 1940s and earlier of strange and unusual creatures inhabiting this area and some that come and go. So that means that there's something about this mountain. It's very similar to Erten mountain in Serbia. It's almost like this. There's something about the pyramid which is an amazing energy. And when I got to the top of Erten mountain, I have to say it like that because that's how you say it. When you get to the top of that mountain, there is something so incredible. And I actually fell asleep. It took me 4 hours to walk up there, fell asleep. And when I woke up, there was from nowhere, there was a dog right next to me, a white dog, I think it was. And a friend of mine who went for a walk came back and saw me and saw this dog right next to me, took a photo of us. And I went, oh, what a beautiful dog, So it was like magic. And then, you could feel like when I was asleep, I was like getting all sorts of amazing things. And a lot of my friends do go there and they tell me about the energy and they say I think there's what we know of this world. There's about 8 thus far, but I think there's far more than that, which are mountains that have a frequency of no other frequency. So it's like these special points on this earth that have a frequency that is unique, and that's why it attracts UFOs. It attracts different. I think it has some kind of energetic field that can and does interact with other worlds. So you can imagine if you've got these mountains and you've got this energy in this mountain. Well, what I'm showing you today is that energy, and this is the frequency and the energy that is in this crystal. So you're now going to ask me, well, what have you learned from this crystal, Mark, when you were healing people? I think one of the things that were most profound is when they're asleep, that they started seeing things and feeling things that they couldn't describe. Not just colours, not just shapes, not just unusual faces and strange, weird things and sensations. It was like they woke up refreshed, not confused, not angry. There was a lot of positivity, but more inner peace, I think I would say, after the healing session. So there was some kind of frequency that this crystal gives off that you feel positive. There's a very positive vibe about this crystal in all shape and form. So if you're in a bad mood, you're not feeling well, you're not feeling healthy, wear it because it really helps. Now, if you want to elevate yourself to another level of seeing, close your eyes and wear a piece of Mount Shasta and just meditate and let the crystal sends its wave into you. So you know, we talk about trying our best to elevate ourselves to a higher level of psychic work, I guess, healing work. And I believe it does that 100%. That's definitely one of the things it does. I write that down all the time when people ask me about this. It's definitely a crystal that heightens your psychic experience. That's different from saying it heightens your psychic abilities. It's different. It's an experience. So other things that this is good for, I think it's an amazing protection, and it's a strengthener of your life force. It strengthens your life force, so your energy feels stronger, and therefore magic does happen. That's definitely something. Astral travel. The other things that I noticed from my clients was that they gave their crystal to their partner when they were in a stubborn mood. That happened quite a lot. So my partner is very anti this, doesn't believe that. Just eats and sleeps and drinks. That's all he does. Put a piece of that on, then they're saying he's changed. He's a different person. Things are starting to awaken, and he's remembering stories about when he was a kid, what magic happened and stuff like that. Somebody once asked me about the working of this crystal. Right now, Moldavite and Herkimer seems to still be the most powerful crystal working alongside it. So if you put Moldavite next to it, it's brilliant. Herkimer Diamond next to it, it's fabulous as well. I want to say that it awakens the magic. That's one of the things that I think this crystal does. It awakens the magic. I don't know. It's a protector against negative energy. It has this unique ability that sometimes your ears hurt and vibrate. You can hear this buzzing. Also numbness. There's a feeling of numbness. I get that quite a lot in my body when I'm wearing it, if I'm hitting the frequency that I'm trying to with this crystal. So yeah, I try to work with it. When I say work with crystals, feel it and try to vibrate at that same frequency. It's very difficult to explain. You've got to clear your frequency. You've got to clear your thoughts and feelings and go with the crystal. And sometimes it works with your third eye, so you'll put it on your third eye, or sometimes you'll hold it in one hand or two hands, or you'll put it on your heart. And so you're trying to find where this frequency works best for you. And that's something that I find fascinating. People who are often on the move 24/7, they never stop working. They're totally obsessed by physical experience and working. It's great. It's a balancer, and it really does help them. I don't really know what else, other than to say what I always normally say with this crystal. It never ceases to amaze me. It always brings great surprise when I wear it. I love this crystal, and I'm so glad I've had in this lifetime the opportunity to work with this beautiful opal. It comes in various colours. You can get it lighter, so you've got the lighter plus the dark, little tiny dark pieces, but then you can get more of the colour of the beautiful opaly green, but it's more pastel green. It's absolutely beautiful. And then you can get your darker pieces, a lot darker. So then you can get them, almost black. So there is a lot of, at least three colours that we're looking at that can be Mount Shasta. So sometimes people say, oh, is this Mount Shasta? Yeah, it is, because it comes in different forms. Somebody asked me what I like best. I like the accumulation of all three of them. Something very special about all three of them. So when you've got all the three together like this, it's beautiful. Perfect. I don't know what it is as well, but there's something about Mount Shasta in your ear. It does something. It's changing the frequency of your ear so you can hear better, but not in the energy frequency of what we're listening to as music. We're hearing other things, And this is what's been fascinating me. I'm working on that. I'm going to one day write about this crystal in great detail, but it's fascinating. It's rare, it's hard, it's not easy to get hold of, but there you go. I can't really say anything other than I'm very, very happy when I'm wearing it. I feel very strong and I'm almost ready to do anything, which is really positive. So when I wear it, like whatever I feel, whatever I want to do, it comes with a positive note. There's no fear, no worry, no oh maybe I can't be bothered. So energetically I'm great, physically, mentally and emotionally I'm strong and ready to go. This is why I wear it, because it's all of those things that give me the balance and the determination and the courage to move forward from day to day without negativity. So it's wonderful, it really is. But I would definitely suggest you wear it with Moldavite and Herkimer. See when you're actually doing some meditation or some breathing work or some anything, mantra, chanting, anything like that. Just see what it feels like. Hold them in your hand, wear them around your neck, put them on your third eye or on your heart and see what happens. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, all three pieces together. That's what I used to do, put all three pieces together. One piece, three pieces around there. Fabulous, fabulous. Moldavite, Herkimer diamond, and a beautiful piece of opal, Mount Shasta. There you go. Well, that's it. I think 21 minutes is fine. I'm wishing you all a lovely day. I'll link below these pieces that I'm about to put on my website now. I hope you like them very much, and I hope you feel the power of Mount Shasta and the amazing magic that comes from it and from these beautiful pieces that still retain that amazing frequency and energy. I hope I've done justice to this crystal, and I don't think I'm ever going to stop talking about it. I love it to bits. I love every single shape. Everyone looks like a mountain. It actually looks like a mountain. Everyone looks like a mountain to me. They're just incredible, and you can feel the power of the mountain in this crystal. So yeah, take care. Thank you so much. I'll link below, and thank you so much for going to markbajerski.com and buying your authentic, rare, beautiful specimens from all over the world. Take care.